What's up everybody, it is Jay here, and today I am back talking about top surgery again. I did not post a 2 weeks post-op video because I did make one. It wasn't very good. There was something I said in it that was completely inaccurate because I misread something, and it just was shit, and there wasn't a lot to add, so I figured it would be better to just wait for 3 weeks, and I'll make the 3 weeks video now, because I am now 3 weeks post-op as of yesterday, which was Thursday. I had surgery on Thursday. Good news. So a quick recap for this video is I had surgery on the 12th of July with Dr. Charles Garramone in Florida. For the first week post-op, I had a bandage on that I had put on me when I immediately came out of surgery. I wasn't allowed to touch it or mess with it. I had drains and dressings, and I had to empty my drains and all that kind of stuff. When I went for my 1 week post-op appointment, all of that stuff was taken off, and I had new dressings and stuff put on. So I had dressings on my nips, which this is where they are. I had dressings on my nips. There was tape along my scars, and I had dressings on, you can see here, there's like a hole. Well, there isn't anymore. There's a little dot there near the end of my scar, which is where the drains were. So I had dressings on the drains, and I had dressings on the nipples, and then there was tape still on my scars. When I was changing that every day. The tape stayed on because the tape was like from when I had surgery, but the other stuff I changed every evening. When I hit 2 weeks post-op, I was able to take off the tape, and I was able to stop putting dressings on the drain holes. Taking the tape off was challenging because it was exceptionally sticky. It wasn't painful sticky, it was just hard to pull off sticky. Like, it didn't feel like taking off a plaster where you're like, oh, that hurts so much. It was just like, Jesus, is this ever going to come off kind of thing. It did come off, plot twist. And so I have seen my scars, I have seen my nips, I have seen my drain holes, which aren't very exciting. And when I had taken the tape off, I was allowed to start using scar guard on my like long incisions. And the scar guard stuff is fucking weird. I don't think it really likes my skin. It seems to peel very quickly from my skin, but sure, look, it's really satisfying to peel it off. It's like peeling like the plastic wrap that just come on a new electronic device when you peel it off, and you're like, yeah. It's that kind of feeling. So like, my scars are cool. I currently, at 3 weeks post-op, I was allowed to stop wearing my bandage. Woohoo! The bandage was making me so fucking sweaty, and I'm so glad I don't have to wear the bandage anymore. And I was also allowed to stop putting dressings on my nipples. Now, currently, I still have a dressing on one of my nipples because this nipple, like, throughout the healing process, has been a little bit behind the other side. So my other nip is like free as the wind blows over here. This one is not so much, because it is still weeping a little bit, and it's still, like, I would say it's a few days behind healing wise the other nipple. One thing that I was surprised at when I reached 3 weeks post-op was that my nipples still had most of their stitches. For those who were not aware, you have stitches, like visible stitches on your nipples that are meant to dissolve and fall out and stuff like that, and a fair few of them have from both of my nipples, but most of the stitches are still there. And I was surprised by that. I did check with Dr. Garramone, was I able to just like stop dressing them even if I still had stitches, and the staff there were like, yeah, sure, do what you want, it's fine. I also have, as you can see, I also have a bit of a dressing over my actual incision, and that is because I have just a little space on my scar that has like been bleeding and weeping a bit, that I have just been treating with the same like ointment and gauze as the nip. To try and heal it up. Both of those things are definitely healing. They're just a little bit slower than everything else, so I'm still covering them and I'm still treating them. As for like how I feel, as you could probably tell from my first week post-op video, like, I was fine from the get-go, really. I have been okay, and not having the bandage on makes me feel even better. Like, I feel so much less restricted than I did before. After I had like the bandage taken off at 1 week post-op, I also was getting like the initial removal, like chest reveal stuff, and then putting on a bandage that was a lot less tight. I started getting a lot less back pain when I was waking up in the morning. That was my biggest complaint in the 1 week post-op video. It was that, oh, my fucking back hurts every morning when I wake up. That has been lessened. I'm still like sleeping on my back because as much as like I feel fine and I seem to be healing really well, I am obviously going to listen to Dr. Garramone's like post-op instructions, and the instructions like indicate that you shouldn't stop sleeping on your back until you're 6 weeks post-op. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also not going to start facing the shower again until 6 weeks post-op, which is such a pain because it takes me so long to shower when I can't fucking face the shower. So much harder for me to wash my face. So much harder. But it's improving. We're improving. Like I am slowly like feeling more like, I don't know how to describe it. It's more that like I can tell where my limits are, and I am slowly getting better and feeling better. Like obviously I'm also not like raising my arms above here, but I feel fine moving my arms through this range. And I know that there's plenty of people who are like, they had their arms glued to their sides until they were 6 weeks post-op. But like in my mind, it's very much like, if it's not hurting me, then it's not hurting me, if you get me. If it doesn't feel like there's any pain, like I'm probably okay. And obviously that's just my metric of how I'm like taking care of myself and my body. That's just what I'm doing. That's what I think is right for me. Like if my scars end up really stretched or something and wide because of that, then that's my fault, no one else's. That's just what I've chosen to do. I'm still not going to show you like my full like chest pictures until I am 6 weeks post-op, because I want to, as I have said I think already, no, I didn't say this already because I said it in the 2 week post-op video that I didn't post. My intention is that at 6 weeks post-op I will make a video documenting like the whole kind of recovery process from start to finish, what like happened at each stage, and have pictures from each week of recovery to see how much your chest heals and how different your chest looks like by the time you're fully recovered, like how much healing happens, and how like, yeah, basically like I just don't want to show my chest as it is right now, because I don't think how I look right now at this exact moment in time is a good representation of the quality of surgery. Like how you look when you leave surgery is not how you look when you're 6 weeks post-op. Like, okay, yeah, for the most part it's exactly the same, but you look more aggravated and swollen, and like you still have stitches and you still look a bit ugh when you just come out of surgery. So I wanted to like wait a little bit. And yeah, I think that's all for now. I think that it will be interesting for me to see whether I feel like top surgery has been a bigger impact on my life than testosterone, because obviously testosterone is more of a slow burn kind of thing, and it's a lot more like long term. But I'm curious to see like which do I feel has made a bigger difference, and which will I feel when I'm fully recovered and I'm able to do everything again, which will I feel has made a bigger difference to my life. And that is something we're going to have to explore at a later point. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please do click the like button. The comment section is open for any questions you have, especially about top surgery. And hopefully you should subscribe if you liked my videos. And I will see you in the next video.